the gays and lesbians from the 70s called. They want their future generations back. They do. They want them back. Because y'all have fucked them up. I'm talking about the gays and lesbians from the 1970s who were actually fighting for gay and lesbian rights, who were trying to get gays and lesbians recognized as a legitimate group of people. Today, we have plenty of gays and lesbians, but most of them are transing out. Most of them are playing this game of pretend where they can look like a man, they can look like a woman, they can appear as straight, but they're still gay or they're still lesbian. It's called transgenderism. Y'all like to call it transgenderism. It's so fucking dumb and disgusting and horrible for people, for human beings. Have y'all noticed how all trannies, FTMs and FTMs, did I just say that twice? MTFs and FTMs. TIMs and TIFs, trans-identified males and trans-identified females, all have the same behaviors. They all post videos of themselves, of all their pictures from their pasts, from their childhoods. They all post pictures of their surgeries that they had. They all post videos of them right after surgery. They all post videos of them saying like, here I am at age 7. Here I am at age 12. I sound like a Tim. Here I am. That's my Tim voice, okay? Here I am at age 19. Here I am at age 21. I've been on testosterone for 1 year. Let me do my Tiff voice. Hold on. Here I am at age 9. Here I am at age 11. Here I am at age 21 where I've been on key for 1 year and 3 months. They kind of sound more like Kermit the Frog. I always think of Kermit the Frog literally whenever I hear a Tiff talk. And if y'all didn't pass, if y'all pass, okay, because that is kind of possible, but not really. If y'all pass, the second you say a word, I'm like, it's a Tiff. Ha ha! Trying to play It's a Sin by Pet Shop Boys. I don't remember it off the top of my head, but that's a song I sing every time I see a Tim or a Tiff, except I replace the word sin with Tim or Tiff. It's a Tim, it's a Tiff. It's a Tim. Y'all know that we've gone completely backwards with this bullshit? Because we have. We were getting somewhere back in the day. We were getting somewhere, I would say in the 90s and the aughties, early aughties, mid aughties. By the late aughties, things are kind of going downhill with the trans cult there. I'm going to go ahead and blame the advent of the internet. Because without the internet, the trans cult wouldn't be what it is today. So let me give some history for you little children out there. the 90s, I think it was 1994. We're not even going to get into Clinton right now, but I will say this, is that I think in 1994, gays and lesbians, gays and lesbians, were invited to the White House for some kind of event. They were invited to some kind of governmental event that had never happened before. Okay, that was 1994, I'm pretty sure, which is like, what, 25 years ago? A while ago. People actually had to realize that there were gays and lesbians around. People actually had to fucking start admitting it come the AIDS epidemic, because that was a big deal, and plenty of people who weren't gay got AIDS. I'm just thinking about my childhood, okay? And I was a big Killers fan. Still am. Hi, Brandon. And what I thought was very impressive was, so Brandon Flowers, the main guy, the lead singer of the Killers, not the main guy. Oh my God, Ronnie and Mark. And the other guy, whose name I can't remember, I'm so sorry. But anyway, Brandon Flowers wrote this song. Okay, he was raised Mormon. And gayness in Mormon culture, or Mormonism, is a no-no, is an absolute no-no. But he wrote this song talking about how he had a crush on a boy in high school. Okay, and he's a man. And he was also raised Mormon. And I think he's still Mormon, come to think of it. That's a big deal. Okay, that's a huge deal. And I was like, wow, this guy is cool for saying that, for being out and about it. I saw a picture on Tumblr that made me cry back when I was in the trans cult. And this would have been not too long ago, but quite a while ago. This would have been 2011. 2010-ish, around there. I saw this picture. It was like of a Mormon pride parade or something. And there was this guy carrying a sign that said, I am a pro, it said something like this. It was like, I am a pro-gay, pro-women's rights, pro-abortion, Mormon, yes, we exist. Almost got teary just saying that shit, because that's a big deal. Okay? That's how we evolve. Is you maybe put your religious upbringing aside and move the fuck on and see, you know, the rest of society, how it's working. See, I don't know, reality, and see how it's working and be like, hey, maybe I should chill out. By the way, all the time when I hear this attitude from dipshits who go to church or whatever, and they're like, well, gayness is against my church. Homosexuality is against my church. Abortion is against my church. What they mean by that is that all the people who they go to church with are against abortion. All the people who they go to church with are against gayness, are against gays and lesbians. They don't mean my religious doctrine, my holy religious scripture says X, Y, and Z about gay people, and therefore I feel this way. They can't even say that shit, because none of you assholes know ancient Greek or Aramaic or Hebrew. Christians, I'm pointing at you. My point is that our behaviors have gotten weird. If we had a time machine, or if we could magically communicate spiritually without gays and lesbians from the 70s or from the 80s, from the 90s, who have now passed on, even ones that are still alive, if you had said, hey, come 2019, there will be 16-year-old girls getting their breasts removed, because they want to pretend to be men, because they're actually lesbians, but they can't handle that reality. Those lesbians would be like, what the fuck? Are you serious? You're kidding me right now, right? Because that's fucked up. And we'd be like, yeah, we're serious. Because this is where we've gotten to. Thanks, idiots. Thanks, assholes. Thanks, trans cult. I knew I was going to make this video this morning, and I was trying to think of some kind of Jim Jones joke. Because I knew I had this. And I knew I had this. I was trying to think of a Jim Jones joke, but I couldn't figure it out. Jim Jones, morons, is the guy who, if you ever hear it, drank the Kool-Aid, which every single trans person has done. They drank the Kool-Aid. That phrase comes from the Jonestown cult that was a big deal in the 70s, okay? That guy created this fucking cult with all, I don't even know what their bullshit was. I don't even know what they were fucking on, but they were on some shit about perfect world, Jonestown, we're gonna move to the middle of the fucking jungle in South America and see how it goes. They were on some bullshit kick about how they were gonna make a better world, and they moved there, and guess the fuck what? Jim Jones pretty quickly saw that he couldn't keep up this facade, that he was this magical guy, that he was this godly guy. He saw that he couldn't continue the cult. It was obvious. So, I love my lemon water. It's so yummy. This is a former peanut butter jar, by the way. And I am 5 years old, so, because I spill things all the time. So, I gotta top on my cup. But anyway, he saw that he couldn't keep up that bullshit. So instead of trying to keep it up and just letting it fizzle out, he would rather kill himself and everyone in the cult. Oh, because God said so. Or whatever the fuck. He killed children, I will add. He killed young children. They were given Kool-Aid with cyanide in it. He killed like 900 people or something. He didn't even kill them. Because they willingly drank the Kool-Aid themselves. They took that shit. They were like, oh, Jim says we gotta drink this. Okay, let's do it. That's where the trans cult is at now. Oh, the cult says I gotta cut my dick off. Better do it. Oh, the cult says I better go to Korea and get surgery there and come back. Guess I better do it. How fucked up is that? I see these trannies, especially the Tims, going to Korea all the time to get their bottom surgery. I think they more go there to get the facial surgery because that's what happens there more often. They go there to get the brow shave. They go there to get the Adam's apple shave. They go there to get the hairline pulled forward. They go there to da-da-da-da-da-da. I could go on. They go there to get these bullshit procedures done to look like shit and still be a man who is gay pretending to be a straight woman. Like, how do people not see that this is fucked up? I don't understand. I know that transgenderism is really trendy. I'm aware of that. But it's like, just because something is trendy doesn't mean that it's good, does it? You dimshit. Duh. Dimwits. You fucking morons. You dumb shits. I can tell that people think that it's so trendy and cool to be trans. It's so trendy and cool to know about trans. Which I was. Y'all know that I'm a former liberal. Okay? Y'all know that. I used to be all up in the trans cult. I used to love the trannies. I used to tranny pander. I used to be all for trans rights. putting women's rights on the back burner because that's how I was socialized. I was doing that because I thought it was cool. I was doing that because at the time I thought it was the right thing. It became pretty apparent about 6 years in to, I spent 8 years in the trans cult, okay? Something was wrong. There was something very wrong there. I figured it the fuck out. I guess everyone else can't. I guess y'all need me to spell it out for you. Y'all need your dead friend to spell it out for you. Y'all need your dead child to spell it out for you. I've talked about this before, and I will talk about this forever until transgenderism is no longer a thing. The biggest study ever done with trans people was done in Sweden, which is shocking, by the way. Wow, Sweden, y'all are fucking up now. I was talking about New York the other day, but Sweden has become this fucking liberal nightmare. This study, the biggest study ever done in the history of the world, was done in Sweden. The biggest study ever done with trans people. Okay, it was done in Sweden. It was done over a 30-year period. And they found that people who had trans people, okay, people who had surgeries to appear more as their desired sex had a much higher suicide rate than those who did not. What the fuck does that tell you? That it doesn't work, and it never will. A 30 years long study with like over 100 people. I think it was with like 300 people. I guess Sweden just like forgot. Ooh, we forgot. Ooh. Y'all just forgot. Everyone just forgot about gays and lesbians from the past. You just selectively eliminated them from your memory. Transgenderism is pro-sexist sex roles. Because it says if you're this gay young man who's not manly enough, well, then you should be a girl. That's what all these Tims are. That's what all the Tims are on YouTube. And if you're a girl and you like the manly things, like you like having short hair and you like... I don't even know, I can't even think of what an example is, but just if you like the manly things, you should be a man. You should be a tiff. You should cut off your breasts about it. You shouldn't cut off your breasts about anything unless it's life and death, like you have breast cancer. Can't believe I need to say that, but I guess I need to say that. Anyway, I feel like this has just gotten ranty, so... Thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any video requests. Don't be trans, and if you're trans, stop being trans. Go out there and be the greatest lesbian that ever lived. Go out there and be the greatest gay that ever lived. You can be a butch lesbian. You can be a masculine woman. You can be a feminine man, and that's great. Everyone hates feminine men. Everyone hates masculine women because sexist gender roles and transgenderism only upholds that bullshit attitude. So go ahead and cut it out.